Okay guys, last week was not very impressive. We got swept, 6-0'd. Half of you guys fell to Lucario. We're past that now. We got our feet wet, we got our first bit of experience. Let's move on from there. This week we're facing a very different opponent. Week 1 we had Cooper and the Utah Jasmine. All bulk. They just let us beat our heads against the wall. This week, we're fighting the powerhouse, the money hitters. We're fighting the Tyson of teams. We have got to get ready to be Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. We gotta let him throw his punches, and we gotta roll with it and get ready to hit back when we need to. Now, I know you guys have heard the same reports that I've heard. The Pirattatas, exactly what everybody thought. A nice hodgepodge of team, some good players, but nobody hits hard enough for it to matter. The cohesion's there, but it's just not a good enough team to make the playoffs. Well, today, we put our foot down, we dig in, and we show them who we are. Now, we're getting past the controversy of last week. Mammoth Swine's been here, been practicing all week long. So, no worries there. So let's pull ourselves together, let's buckle down, and let's show these guys we can roll with the big dogs. Here we go, Bucktooth Buckos. It's time to go whoop some Pelipper butt.
What is hatching, Toad Peeps? OldManTup coming at you today with Season 4, Episode 2 against John the New Orleans Pelippers, aka Pokemon. Links to his respective channel and or information will be in below. So we're going to take a quick look over this team, and the thing that scares me the most right now is freaking Crocodile, because Choice Scarfed Moxie Crocodile with Knockoff wrecks my team after Hitmontup goes down. So that's what I'm scared the most about, so hopefully we can dance around that. And today we have viewer art by Jawsome for Alligator. So thank you very much, Jawsome for Alligator. That was an excellent picture you did of the Pittsburgh Pirattatas logo. And the phrase he came up with himself, there's nowhere to go but top. And we're going to start off here. I'm going to lead with Mammoth Swine, aka Suck It John, and he's going to lead with Warren Sapp, and that is not what I wanted. Because even an Earthquake isn't going to be able to 2-hit KO it if he hits me with a Giga Drain, so that's sad face. So we're going to switch out here into Salamence because I have a Lumberry and I'm not afraid to get Sleep Powdered, because I figured that's what he would go with on the first turn. But he doesn't, and he goes straight for the Giga Drain, and we can take pretty much anything this thing has, provided he doesn't have Hidden Power Ice. So I'm not sure what he's going to do with shenanigans here. If he goes for another Giga Drain, I can take one of those, and I go out into my Alakazam. Keep calm. So I see that's not doing much, and that I'm going to guess that's a Hidden Power Ice, unless he predicted me to go out into Heatran, but I don't think he do that at this point. So I'm going to take this opportunity to Mega Evolve into Mega Alakazam, who's going to keep calm and eat ice cream with all the spoons. So we're going to sub up on the switch here. Trace is going to give me Torrent, which is worthless because I do not have Hidden Power Water. I did not pack it this week. I didn't think I'd need it. So we're going to set up the sub, and we're going to go for the Focus Blast, and thank you, Lord, it is going to connect. Woo! And I was like, holy crap, that's a lot of damage. I can't knock that thing out in one hit, but it was a crit! And that mattered. I asked John, and he said he was going for the Scald to get rid of my sub, because it's threatening. So yeah, he's going to bring out Pokemente here, and I'm just going to go for this Psychic because it is going to be the most powerful move I have, and that does half. I was like, holy butthole, that is definitely Assault Vest. So we know he's got Assault Vest now, because he wouldn't be able to take that hit quite as well otherwise. And we're going to switch out here after he breaks the sub. We're going to go into Hitmontup. Exact same set as last week. Exact same set. Gonna get off the Intimidate. He's getting extreme speed because he thinks he'll be able to take me out there, and that does nothing after the Intimidate. Nothing. Bow before the might of Hitmontup. And he's going to switch out here. And he's going to go back into Venusaur, which pretty much says to me that he is the standard bold, bulky set. And I'm just going to go with the close combat because I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to go to. And this is the only thing he has that resists it, and I mean, let's face it, chip damage is chip damage on something that cannot carry leftovers. And that's important because I don't have rocks up yet. But based on the look of his team, rocks isn't the most important thing I can do, as long as I try and keep this match flowing in the direction I want to go. And I'm going to go into John without an H here because I don't think he has anything for me. He's going to go for the sleep powder here. And I was just like, oh no, why didn't I think that was going to happen this time? So he trains to sleep, which may turn out to help us in the end, but probably not. So he's going to go out into Blitzkrieg, and I remember from last week that this is his Raikou. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's just going to Volt Turn out here and see what I'm going to switch on. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, why did I not think longer about this? This is the event Raikou that gets Aura Sphere, and as soon as I clicked to go into Mamoswine, I was like, oh no, it's shiny. And he's going to Aura Sphere, and that is going to be all she wrote for Mamoswine. So Mamoswine, after all the controversy last week, comes in and gets O-code by Raikou. And I was just like, oh, that was a huge hit because he does work on this team. So I go out into Alakazam because I see the Life Orb, and I know that yeah, I was thinking he would probably hard switch out here, thinking that maybe I would just go straight for the Psychic and do as much damage as possible, but he Volt Turns out here, which was a fantastic idea on his point, because now I don't get to set up the sub. So now he can bring in Ray Lewis. And I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, he's got Intimidate, at least it's not Moxie. And I'm like, I'm gonna switch out here to see whether or not he's carrying the Pursuit, and if I had stayed in, there's no way he would have come in unless he was Scarfed. So, one way or another, I'm going down, and down goes my poor little Mega Alakazam, not getting a kill this week, which is, well actually no, he got Empoleon. My mistake. So I'm just going to go for a Play Rough on the turn, knowing it's going to hit anything that comes in, even though it's not going to do much against this physical wall Venusaur. So I'm going to go back out into Heatran because I can take pretty much any hit he's going to want to dish out to me. And yeah, I quad resist that. Sludge Bomb isn't going to do anything, and he's got HP Ice for his other move. At least that's what I think at this point. So, he switches out here, which pretty much confirms for me the fact that he doesn't have HP Ground. So yeah, my balloon is popped at this point, but I mean, the only thing that really looks like it's going to be hurting me are his Crocodile and Entei at this point, so I can dance around that pretty well. Because I have Hitmontup, the physical wall, thank you very much, the Uzi Gunner, for recommending I bringing this set aside from my Technician all priorities moves, which I really considered. He's going to get the burn there, which I mean really isn't a huge deal aside from the fact it's going to not give me as much damage output. Not that this thing is a physical slugger by any stretch of the imagination. It is designed to be a wall. The only thing that I'm going to get is the residual damage and not get leftovers recovery, which I mean is unfortunate, but I'm gonna go for the Stone Edge here, thinking maybe he would stay in and try and hit me harder, and gonna get the crit there, which again, negligible damage. So I'm just like, crap, what am I going to do now? Now, took a minute to think here. Is he going to hard switch out here, predicting me to go into something else? Or is he going to stay in and go for the Synthesis? So, I mean, I go into John regardless because why not? And he is just going to go for the Synthesis and get all of that health back. And it's just like, oh, Venusaur, why do you have to be named after a famous Tampa Bay Buccaneer? Fun fact of the day, both Pokemon and I are huge Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. So this will determine who the best Tampa Bay Bucks fan in the league is. at least based off this single battle. So, gonna stay asleep here, trying to just burn these turns to sleep. Entei comes back in. I don't want to take a bulldoze, and I think he's probably just gonna go for a Sacred Fire, predicting my switch anyways, but I can't risk the biscuit at this point, as some of my contemporaries would say. And I'm gonna take a bulldoze, which is gonna slow me down, but is going to do negligible damage after the Intimidate. And, I mean, yeah, slow me down. I think I have, like, base 70 speed anyways. So it doesn't really matter. This is just a switch to keep his team rotating. If I had Stealth Rocks up right now, it would be so good. So good. But I don't. Just gonna go for the Stone Edge, and I'm gonna miss it. So, I mean, if you want to say that makes up for the crit I got earlier, knock yourself out. The Stone Edge crit, not the Empoleon crit. Nothing makes up for that. That was huge. So, yeah. I mean, all that really does is accumulate burn damage on my guy. Gonna go back out into Heatran here and just try and do something. He's gonna continue to go for Giga Drain, and I'm really glad he's burning these Giga Drains up really quick and getting almost nothing. I'm gonna wake up here and I'm gonna go for Magma Storm, and it's going to hit. Thank you. Oh, that felt so good. I'm like, okay, that's right around half. And I'm going to get the Swirling Storm here. And I see, oh my god, Hidden Power. He went for Hidden Power. Oh my god, is it ground? No, it's Hidden Power Ice. Yes, yes. And I'm going to hit him with the second, well, the Magma Storm in between turn damage does. And I believe that does an 8th now. And I'm like, I could take him out with another one. Hit, baby, hit. Yes! Delicious Magma Storm consumption. Suck it, Warren Sap. Suck it. So Mega Venusaur is going to go down to Heatran, and that was the most satisfying moment of this entire season. Seeing that go down to back-to-back Magma Storm hits. I'm just like, okay, what can I do here? What's it going to be worth it? Do I want to switch out into something that isn't going to be able to take anything? Or now that this thing's main purpose is gone, what do I want to do? And I'm going to stay in, and I'm like, I might be able to take one. I've got power, it's not stabbed from him, and I take it, and I go for the Earth Power, and oh, back-to-back KOs by my man Heatran, the boy in the house, John taking John down. Ray Lewis gonna come out here, and I mean, I could say and go for attack, he's gonna outspeed me anyways, or I could try and switch out if for him to overpredict, and I was going into Hitmontop, so it doesn't really matter. And he's going to Pursuit and kill me on the turn, which, I mean, bravo on his point. And at this point, I know he's locked. I know he's locked. I don't know that he's Choice Scarfed, but I know that he's either Choice Scarfed or Banded. Based on the damage output, I couldn't tell because either or would have killed either of those two mons. So I'm going to stay in. I'm going to go for the knockoff, and that gets rid of the Assault Vest. I'm like, nice. So he's almost dead here, and he can't stay in because an Aqua Jet will kill him, and I doubt he's going to be able to take me out with the opposing Extreme Speed. So here he comes in. I am going to go for the Aqua Jet. I don't want to overplay anything here. And I take a look, and I see nothing, and I don't want to switch out here because I think Fusion Bolt will do too much damage to anything that I would switch into. And looking back on that, that may have been a mistake. I should have hard switched into Hitmontop to see what he was, get the Intimidate off, and judge off of that what he was going to do. He's going to go for the Dragon Claw here. He's going to get back-to-back kills, and the only thing I have left is Salamence. And I'm just like, oh no. If his Crocodile is Scarfed, he's going to get the Intimidate, which, I mean, I can still 2-hit KO and hit him on the turn. But if he hits me with the Stone Edge in between, that will almost guarantee his victory. So I go for an Outrage. I'm like, that's the only thing I can do. I don't want to set up a DD and risk it. I want to hit him on the turn and know I can hit him with 2. And he goes down to another game-changing crit. And I'm just like, I've got Lumberry and Moxie. I'm back to base damage now. I can switch. I'm faster than the rest of his team because I'm going to have to believe that Entei has not complete speed investment, and I'm going to be able to outrun it. And I'm going to get the Outrage here, and it's going to take it out. I'm going to get another Moxie boost, and I'm like, yes. Now, we could speed tie, and him hit me with a a Sacred Fire and burn me, which I don't think he would go for that, because I'm going to take him out with anything anyways. I mean, he could go for the extreme speed and try and crit me and take me out for max, which I don't even know if that's possible, but he could try. But he doesn't. Probably going for the, what I'm going to assume was Stone Edge, because we didn't see a last move, and that's going to take him out. And unfortunately, the first win of the Pirattata season is going to come with a somewhat haxy battle on my side, but I apologize to John that the game was decided by hacks, but we are 1-1 in the season now. Thank you, Pittsburgh Pirattata fans, the Bucktooth Bucko Nation, coming out to support us. Thank you, Jossum for Alligator, for that excellent rendition of the logo. And my goodness, guys, I don't think that could have been much more in our favor in that match. Again, I apologize to Pokemon for the result being skewed so greatly by hacks. It changed what could have potentially been a 3-0 in his favor to a 1-0 in my favor. But again, that's Pokemon's, and there's not much you can do about it at the end of the day. But move forward. So we're at 1-1. We are still at the bottom of our division, guys. Still at the bottom. Even if both my competitors lost, the win differential that we have will still keep us at the bottom of the division. But a win's a win. We're moving forward with some positivity, and we're going to look forward to next week with our battle against Mega Mogwai, aka Miguel. And you can look forward to a announcement video going up tomorrow, which will be Monday, about a little wager that Miguel and I are putting on that match. So if you've been paying attention to Twitter, you may already have a hint as to what's going on, but you never know. Alright guys, this has been OldManTup on behalf of the Pittsburgh Pirattatas. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Oh yes, don't forget to leave your comments or questions for the next press conference in the comment section below. Alright guys, catch you on the flip side. Peace out.